A lot of people have never had a taste of anxiety until they reach their 20s. It's around the time when we're about to graduate from the university and have to think about how to blend in the cruel society. We start to worry whether being a Shia will ever happen to us. And most importantly, we want to have a career we're passionate about. I'm no exception. Anxiety that comes from uncertainty of what I'm going to do in the future has been driving me nuts. Instead of sitting around worrying, I set out to search for my true calling. After lots of choice and errors, I come across this book, So Good They Can't Ignore You by Cal Newport. And I think I found the answer I need to hear in the book. I'm so glad to have read it in the right place at the right time, and it'll be an even better idea to share the gem with people who are just as confused as I am. So in today's video, I invite you to join the journey with me to try to answer the question, how to find my dream job.
Plans for the future and finding work is highly, but at least he was through with booking and close to the kind of work he liked.
Your work is going to fill a large part of your life, and the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work. And the only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking and don't settle. As with all matters of the heart, you'll know when you find it.
Follow your passion, huh? Sounds like a perfect approach to find a dream job. But is it really true that Steve Jobs found his career from his passion? Or is it really the best way to find our dream job? In fact, Steve Jobs didn't follow his passion to start Apple. He was passionate about Western history, dance, Eastern mysticism before. It was with the mindset that he wanted to make some quick cash that he stumbled into his big break. Where he was asked to assemble computers to sell for money, if he had followed his real passion, he could have ended up being a professor teaching Western history instead of starting a company that has changed the world.
What we're about to see on the large screen will be generated by what's in that bag.
The fact that he loved his work can only tell you it's good to love what you're doing, which didn't answer the question whether following your passion can be a good advice to get your dream job. The answer to the question is a big no from the author, because A, matching the pre-existing passion with your dream job is just not an applicable approach. B, workplace satisfaction has actually decreased with more people believing in follow your passion. C, people who have the job they love didn't get their dream job by following their passion. Since following your passion is not a good advice for choosing jobs, we naturally come up with a follow-up question. If we shouldn't be concerned about our passion, what should we do instead? We should instead focus on improving our skills to the point where you're so good people can't ignore you. The author argues that the traits that make the job desirable are rare and valuable. After looking at the case studies with 3 people who love their jobs, he found out 3 important traits. Autonomy. A job where you have control over what, where, when you do in a day. Importance. A job where you are able to change the world. Creativity. A job where you get to use your imagination. If you want these desirable traits, you need to offer desirable skills in return. For a job market that is subject to the rules of supply and demand. Makes sense. But how to develop the skills? You need to have a correct mindset and practice deliberately. When trying to develop your skills, you should adopt craftsman's mindset as opposed to passion mindset. Passion mindset is a mindset that makes you focus on what the world can offer you. In doing so, you're left unhappy when you are not getting what you think you deserve. Whereas craftsman's mindset requires you to shift your focus on what you can offer to the world. Thus, you're able to concentrate yourself on improving your skills. With a correct mindset and an intention to improve your skills, you're already on the right track. But if you're training in a bad way, it can lead to mediocre results. The author argues that the best way to improve your skills is through deliberate practice. In plain English, practice your skills deliberately. It requires you to push yourself beyond your comfort zone and be told what you're doing right and wrong in order to improve. And stay focused and exercise diligently. The same logic can be found in someone who works out. In order to progress, he needs to increase the weight by an appropriate amount each time he works out. This is how he gets stronger and bigger over time. And there goes the cliche slogan, no pain, no gain.
No pain, no gain, my man.
Besides, he has to work out with a routine to exercise his diligence, because the growth doesn't just show up overnight. When it comes to your mental strength, it's the same story, where he requires you to get yourself out of your comfort zone and do the work, and have the growth in return, which takes years. The rest of the book underscores the benefits of having a skill so good that people can't ignore you. The skill you develop over time gives you leverage to gain autonomy in your job and guides you to find your passion, which seems to eventually makes you fall in love with your job. I don't think the author explicitly expressed why it's important to gain autonomy and to have a mission to pursue. But I guess he has pre-assumed that those two ingredients will make us happy in our job. This is what I believe also. People eventually grow passionate about what they do, especially things that they become really good at. When you get to decide what to do in your day and have the feeling that what you do is important, it's very likely you enjoy your job. What can make you happier otherwise? I'd ask. To conclude this video, following your passion to find a dream job is not a good idea. What you should do instead is to commit to improving a specific skill to the point where you're so good that people can't ignore you. This entails you to have a craftsman's mindset that is focused on what you can offer to the world and practice your skill deliberately. By the time you have sharpened your skills, you're able to offer something valuable to the world in exchange for a job that's also desirable for you. Congratulations, you have found your dream job. In this summary, I omit quite a lot of details, especially the examples Carl Newport uses to support his arguments, and the part where he explains the benefits of having a formed skill in order to make the video as brief as possible, but it doesn't affect the point made here. I hope you learned something from this video and therefore shift your mindset to focus on improving your skills, which will hopefully lead you to find your dream job. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment when you have any question or just anything you want to say, and follow me for more videos like this. I see you in the next one.